This is the way Jeff Brown of Olive Branch prefers to spend his Sunday afternoons. In his music room, playing his favorite guitar from his collection of guitars. Only usually he's by himself without a camera and microphone intruding on him. We're here because Jeff has put together an impressive collection of guitars, and we wanted to see it. Now, his playing is nice, too. Quiet, like he is. Mellow. Jeff prefers not to use a pick. It's too harsh. That's a far cry from the way his life started out as the child of a touring Pentecostal evangelistic family.
There was always a piano or a guitar, and so it was just kind of a natural progression to go play one of the instruments. And my mother and my brother and myself had a trio that we sang in church, and my mother and father sang. The first guitar I was ever around was a Fender Telecaster that my dad bought for the church, and we traded it for a car later on. When I was about 12 or so, I started playing guitar, and the girls started to notice. And just like everybody else, I liked it when the girls noticed, so I enjoyed that. I started playing in bands, and that caused conflict with my father, and that got to be a really dramatic part of my life. I spent probably 10 years where we didn't even speak, and going through it, I felt like he was the bad guy, but in retrospect, I was being a kid. I was being a young man, but I enjoyed the attention. And then after a while, I got to where I really wanted to learn how to play it. And it wasn't so much the attention anymore, it was the music. That's kind of where I'm at now. Rather than be in some popular band, I would rather make good music somewhere.
Jeff began thinking one guitar wasn't enough. At one time, he had over 100 guitars in his collection. He's narrowed it down to about the top 35 favorites now. There are new ones like the Parker Fly he prefers to play, and many old ones, Gibsons and Fenders and Martins, some valuable, some he just likes.
The little white one there, I got that one out of a trash can. We had it all glued back together and put back together. The red one is one that my cousin bought many, many years ago, and he never did play it, so I finally talked him into letting me have it. This one here is a Western Auto guitar. This is a Sears Silvertone guitar. Well, actually, this started about 1980, something like that. I got to where I had kept this one forever. This one was from when I was 12, and I bought a store. It's one of the things that started it. A couple that I know that was a piano player from Indiana had been talked into carrying a bunch of guitars from a wholesaler, and he had no idea how to sell them. And it went on for about 5 or 6 years, and he hadn't sold hardly anything. So I went in and purchased everything he had, and then started trading guitars, and I would trade 2 for 1 for some of this stuff, and then it's just kind of snowballed from there. If I could just touch the hem of his garment, if I could just touch some part of his clothes, well, I know I'd be my sins all forgiven. If I could just touch him, I know I'd be whole. Blind Bartimaeus lay. Really and truly, every guitar seems to have its own little tune, at least for me. I'll pick up a guitar and a song will come out of the guitar. Or it's out of me, but the guitar, the sound that comes out of the guitar will kind of, dictate what's being played. He found what he needed for his body and his soul. If I could just touch.
Jeff Brown says he'd like to write songs now. He's been penning them since that first band when he was 12, but he would seriously like to take the next step after playing music to creating it.
That's one of the things I want to do once I get retired, is just to spend a lot of time in here and write if I can. And that was one of the goals that I stated. I would like to have a top 5 song by somebody, that.
Quiet songs, reflective, mellow, like Jeff Brown.
I thought I had it made, so